again and welcome to this week's edition of Kogi in Focus, your program that keeps you up to speed with developments in and around Kogi State in the last 7 days. I am Oluwatosin Osuji. On the program today, the Kogi State government moves to find a permanent solution to the farmer headsman crisis in the state, set up a judicial panel of inquiry to investigate the root causes of the recent clashes which claimed dozens of lives. We tell you how the health authorities in Kogi State have been able to contain the Lassa fever scourge, which has affected more than 1,400 Nigerians since the turn of the year. And on this week's Views from the Streets, we find out how prepared the people of Kogi State are for next year's general elections, especially as it concerns obtaining their permanent voters' cards. All these and more when we return in just a moment. Welcome back. The Kogi government last Tuesday inaugurated a 15-man judicial panel of inquiry to look into recent clashes between farmers and headsmen in Oganinigu, Ojuwo Ajimaji, and Agbenemaife communities in Dekina and Omala local government areas of the state. Deputy Governor Simon Achuba, who represented Governor Yahaya Bello at the inauguration, read out the committee's mandate.
It's a thing that is facing us as a nation, and it's not peculiar to Kogi State. So I want you to use this opportunity to contribute your quota and use it to bring about peace in Kogi State and Nigeria in general. Please take note that the terms of reference are these. 1. To determine the immediate and remote causes of the crisis in the affected communities. To identify individuals or group of persons who are directly responsible for mayhem unleashed in the affected communities. To assess the damages done to lives and properties in the course of the crisis. To proffer recommendations that will restore peace and avoid future reoccurrence of the crisis. On this day, on behalf of the Governor of Kogi State, that I declare this commission inaugurated.
The chairman of the judicial panel, Justice Josiah Mejabi, promised to deliver on the set mandate.
We will do this, carry out this assignment, and we want to assure you, Your Excellency, sir, that we are going to carry out this assignment first and foremost in the fear of the Almighty God, and secondly, in tune with the rule of law, natural justice, and equity. And number 3, we are going to be committed to discuss that by the special grace of God, we are coming out with a report to you that this state, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of this state, and the good people of this state will be happy with.
Other members of the inaugurated panel are Barrister Sumaila Adeku Abbas, Ibrahim Adama Atadoge, Samuel Ada Onimisi, Barrister Adamu Sani Isakoto, Jato Danbelo, Abimbola Agbegun, Hamed Atta, Major Tijani Salihu, Navy Captain LP Udo, Yaya Olarewaju Atoto, ACP Lennox Taylor, and Abdulkarim Abdulmalik. The panel has 6 weeks to submit its reports to the state government. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello says contrary to what has been suggested in some quarters, President Muhammadu Buhari has implicit faith and confidence in Nigerian youths and their ability to play their roles in national development. In a statement released by his Director General of Media and Publicity, Kingsley Fanwo, Governor Bello said the statement credited to the president was quoted out of context, adding that the president's comments in London were not targeted at millions of highly industrious youth across the nation. The governor said the Buhari administration has done more for the unemployed but promising youth than any administration before him. The governor referred to the number of youth beneficiaries of the NPower scheme and other social investment programs initiated by the current federal government as an example of President Buhari's belief and concern for the youths. Governor Bello urged Nigerian youth to avoid being incited against the president by persons he described as enemies of the nation, who over the years contributed to the plundering of the nation's resources. Nigeria's battle with Lassa fever needs no introduction. Since the beginning of the year, more than 1,400 people have been affected by the scourge. Kogi State accounts for 11 of these cases. The state government has taken a series of countermeasures, including an overhaul and upgrade of its medical facilities. Of the 11 cases recorded in the state, 3 persons were treated and cured of the disease at the Kogi State Specialist Hospital. Other 4 persons were treated at the Specialist Hospital at Irua in Edo State, while other 4 persons died. Oloshunde called on government at both federal and state levels to improve on its welfare packages for medical staff, especially in times like this.
The government has been doing their best, as much I'm aware of, but I think there's still a lot of room for improvement. Sensitization is not always too much. We need to continue. Also helping with sensitizing health workers, organizing programs that we promote adherence to standard precautions as much as possible. Then motivation too for workers is also very important. As we stand now, most health workers are not even on life insurance, both at the federal and the state level. And these are things that should be part of the package that we should have as health workers, because we are high-risk group, to also motivate those that are ready to still risk their life to manage this patient. I think in the area of motivation, the government needs to do a lot. We are losing a lot of manpower in the country now, and if people don't respect, we can't run away from this. And those that are ready to confront this challenge should also be properly motivated.
The State Health Commissioner Saka Haruna also explains how the Lassa fever scourge was contained in the state.
Recently, we lost a medical doctor in Federal Medical Center, Lokoja, and that was actually the turning point. Our governor, upon hearing that, decided that we do everything possible to make sure that nobody dies from Lassa fever in Kogi State. And he mobilized resources despite the economic hardship being faced all over the Federation. We were able to establish a dedicated laboratory, and then we refurbished and remodeled our existing isolation center in Kogi State Specialist Hospital, Lokoja. And since then, we have had 100% success rates. I can confirm categorically that we manage 3 cases of confirmed Lassa fever successfully within our isolation center in Kogi State Specialist Hospital, Lokoja. And I must thank His Excellency Alhaji Ayabelu, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, for the passion he has shown, such that Kogi begins to manage cases of this unwanted disease, Lassa fever, within the state health facility. And that has been a source of relief for us. Just recently, we discharged a medical doctor who contacted the disease about 2 weeks ago. He was discharged home after being successfully managed, and the tests carried out following that case were all negative, and we are very happy at the feat that Kogi State is now recording.
He also expressed support for calls for continued motivation of medical staff who take risks to save lives.
What we do in Kogi State is to make sure that our preventive measure, especially the BPE, the gadgets they put on, and other personal protective equipment are not lacking. That's number one. And we'll make sure also that the dedicated laboratory is up to the required standard in order to reduce the chances of these officers contacting the disease. We also pay them daily allowances, but I know it's not sufficient. I think the state government should work with the federal government such that this insurance policy could be implemented, because it will give them the hope that the government truly cares for them. And I think I will recommend that.
The commissioner said the war against Lassa fever is not over, as a huge sensitization is ongoing in both urban and rural areas, focusing on preventive measures. The Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, Form 1, in Kogi Central during the week, converged on the premises of the Ejakuta Local Government Secretariat to pray and declare their support for President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Yahya Bello. The women say the problems of Nigeria and Kogi State cannot be fixed in a hurry, and called on the people to give President Buhari and Governor Bello time to complete what they started.
We are into that one. We pray for everyone. I will be praying for Nigeria, I will be praying for the president, I will be praying for all the governors, for them to come back and continue the good work they have started.
We urge this organization to continue to pray for this country under the leadership of His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, and also to commit yourselves and pray for this state under the leadership of His Excellency Alhaji Adoza Bello.
The prayer for one of us is a duty. As a Muslim, you pray for all your leaders. Quran has said, wherever a Muslim leader is needed, all the followers has to pray. We owe President Muhammad Buhari and Governor Yahya Bello a prayer. All our 5 times daily prayer, especially the followers of us, they have done for us, Federation of Muslim Women in Nigeria. So every time anybody, we always pray for them.
Federation of Muslim Women in the center here. It enables us to bring together women, Muslim women, so that we can speak in one voice.
They offered prayers for the two leaders, divine protection, health, and wisdom to provide purposeful leadership. If you're just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, a review of government activities and other happenings in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state, in the last 1 week. For your contributions, feedback, and advert placement, please call the numbers on your screen, or better still, you can reach us via our social media contacts also displayed on your screen. Many thanks for staying with us. Waste management is fast becoming a major global issue. The need to deal efficiently with the heaps of domestic and industrial waste being churned out daily cannot be overemphasized. Aside the environmental significance of effective waste management, there are huge economic considerations. Many countries have adopted systems where waste has been recycled and become a source of wealth. Government at all levels in Nigeria has attempted to adopt waste-to-wealth strategies with very limited success. In Kogi State, government has performed relatively well in its waste disposal efforts, but needs to do more in its overall waste management. Abubakar Lawal is a young man whose business revolves around waste management. The Ejakuta-based waste management entrepreneur believes government needs to encourage businesses like his.
Big sometimes, but any person where see this one, not be small money where they and big money I did. To need government give security where property for you. You need government give like inch loan. Government give me loan may keep the something big NG for you. The cost of the people where they stay may come do why sabi do work why they do. If the people why sabi I get big enjoy keep am for here. Any person who can chop food for here.
He says the growth of the waste management industry in the state will not only complement government's waste disposal efforts, but also boost economic activity. Abubakar believes government's interest in waste management will also generate employment opportunities from which the state's teeming youth will benefit. adult Nigerians are seasoned political analysts at newspaper stands, restaurants, and beer parlors. You will find many expressing their views on the state of the nation. However, statistics show that when it comes to elections, the real opportunity to affect governance, there seems to be an apathy among Nigerians. There has, however, been a recent sensitization by electoral authorities, civil society, and the political parties to encourage Nigerians to be part of the political process and the ongoing voters' registration exercise to obtain their permanent voters' cards. Are Nigerians heeding to the call? Do Nigerians really believe in the power of the ballot box? Let's find out as we bring you this week's views from the streets.
Well, it's all right. Yes. Should I bring it out?
Went to Waka down from here, elected to Imoro to collect it. Benefit for the card. If no have the card, you cannot see the benefit to go to bank, upload to the bank. And if you don't get the card, you cannot get benefit to vote for anybody that want to vote for the person.
I face many challenges. Number one, the distance from where I collected the temporary one to my house is a bit far. I have an advice for them. They should go out there, fight for their own, and collect it so that they can vote the right person they desire.
Yes, this is my PVC. The benefit I stand to have from this PVC, it is my responsibility as a good citizen of this great Nigeria to cast my vote or to vote and to be voted for. My advice to those people who have not registered yet, I'm appealing to them, they should go out and make sure they get their PVC because it is also their own responsibility to cast their vote.
I have my PVC.
Surely I have. Okay. By God's grace, not even myself coming out alone, I'm ready to come out with my people full to come and vote for this 2019 election.
I get them.
Yes, I have.
Yes, of course I have.
Okay. And are you ready to vote in the next coming election?
Absolutely.
Yes, I have. I'm ready. I'm really ready to vote.
Yes, I do. Very ready to vote.
Interesting. This is where we wrap it up on this week's edition of Kogi in Focus. Many thanks for investing your time with us. Until we come your way next week, same time, same station. Have yourselves a pleasant week and keep doing to others what you have them do unto you. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. Bye for now.